Welcome to Taxpayer Alert. I'm Al Segalla. I'll be your host, and I'm also president of the Calaveras County Taxpayer Association. So we always have questions that relate to taxes, so you'll be well informed. Well, this session is going to be one of the better ones that we've had because we have Kaila Gaffney, and she's manager of Calaveras Mentoring. And this means that young people that may not be well directed will have support. And welcome, Daphne, and tell us how you got involved with this thing.
Okay, well, I work out of the County Office of Education. I joined the mentoring programs in 2019, right before COVID hit, so it's definitely been a roller coaster of a ride. But it's been very fun meeting all of our volunteer mentors that we have that join us and all of our kids that we have. We work with kids in first grade clear up to 22 years old.
Did you have any background in mentoring before?
I didn't, but I've done a lot of volunteer experience, whether that's from Lake Tulloch Lions Club. I worked at different retirement homes where I grew up. I did Daughters of American Revolution, so I have a lot of volunteer.
Oh, that's cool. Mm-hmm. What are your programs?
So Calaveras Mentoring supports 3 mentoring programs. However, we operate 2 of them. So we have our independent living program, which is for current or former young adult foster youth. And we supply mentors. So we screen them in, train them, and monitor them. But the programs that we run, we have our Calaveras Youth Mentoring Program, which is a one-on-one program, kind of like Big Brothers, Big Sisters. And that is for 1st through 12th graders, where we have a volunteer mentor come and spend 2 hours a week with a mentee that signs up to be in our program. And they do fun things like fishing, baking together, puzzles, hanging out at the park, kayaking, hiking, biking, a lot of fun things together. Then we have our young adult mentoring program, Adventures in Mentoring, and this is for 15 to 22-year-olds who want to learn life skills, who want to build their community, and who want to go on fun adventures. So we do topics that are youth-driven, such as how do you write a check? How do you open a bank account? How do you apply for college? How do you get funding and housing? Those types of topics. And we do fun adventures like college tours and escape rooms, cooking classes, whatever they want to do that builds community and life skills.
Do you videotape the cooking classes?
We don't. We have taped some of our meetings that we do where we have young adults who work so they can't attend a meeting and they're like, I really want to learn about that topic, like healthy relationships or things like that. So we should videotape the cooking classes though. I think that would be fun.
I think people would watch that, mm-hmm. Especially if it's good food.
Yeah, we did pasta.
How would somebody get involved with the program? Now, your website is calaverasmentoring.org. Mm-hmm. That's easy to remember. Write that down? Good. And your phone number is 209-736-6078.
So for our youth to get involved in our program, if it is a kid in 1st through 12th grade that's looking to be matched one-on-one with a mentor in our Calaveras Youth Mentoring Program, they can go on our website or call us, reach out to us or their guardian, and we will help find a recommendation agent. So for our CYMP program, which is what we nickname it, CYMP, because Calaveras Youth Mentoring Program is kind of a mouthful. But all of those youth are recommended to our program. Basically, it's a teacher, school counselor, someone in the community that is not a family member. That just helps us get to know the family and youth a little better so that way we can find a good mentor. And our mentors that we match with our youth are fully screened in. with lots of background checks, and we match based on personality and common interests. We don't just put our youth with an adult and say, hey, go have fun together. We want them to build really strong friendships that last a lifetime.
Yeah. The how long have you been doing this?
So our Calaveras Youth Mentoring Program was founded 20 years ago. We're celebrating our 20th year. So, but I have been doing this since 2019. So I'm the 4th coordinator for the Calaveras Youth Mentoring Program.
You probably may not know this exactly, but approximately how many youth have been helped over those 20 years?
So we have made over 175 successful one-on-one matches.
All right.
That does not include our young adult programs. So our Adventure and Mentoring program, where, by the way, youth can refer themselves. They just go onto our website and there's an application, an online application they can fill out.
Okay.
That's for anyone who wants to learn life skills 15 to 22.
Okay. And the website is calaversmentoring.org.
Yes.
All right.
And that program, we have kind of evolved what our group mentoring program looks like over the years based on evaluations that we get from participants and feedback that we get. So our AIM program, Adventures in Mentoring, is fairly new. We started it in 2020. But it's very successful right now. We're starting to grow, and as I mentioned earlier, we're really focused on what the youth and young adults are asking for. We will deliver the content, but what the content is what they ask for.
I see. How are you funded? Where do you get your money?
We are funded in a lot of different ways. So we do receive some money from the Mental Health Services Act, and that is overseen by Behavioral Health and Human Services. However, a majority of our funds come through grants that we apply for throughout the year, and our Calaveras Mentoring Foundation, where it's donations from community members that truly help fund our programs.
So if somebody wanted to, maybe didn't have time to get involved, but had money to donate, they would contact you at your website?
Yes, so on the calaverasmentoring.org website, we do have a lot of information about the Calaveras Mentoring Foundation. They have their own phone number, which I don't have off the top of my head, but it's listed there with their email address,
Right.
which is calaverasmentoringfoundation@gmail.com. And you can even donate directly through the website or attend one of the fun events that we have.
Okay, so if you go to the calaverasmentoring.org, from that website, they can go to the Calaveras Mentoring Foundation.
Yep.
Is that correct?
Right on that website, it has a lot of their information on it. So
Okay.
they utilize our website too.
Cool. Now, how would a person become a mentor?
It is a very extensive process because, in all our programs, we're letting basically adults hang out with kids.
Right.
So safety is our number one concern. So anyone who's interested in becoming a mentor, the first thing they need to do is attend one of our monthly info sessions. Again, the information's on our website. But that is just a 30 to 60 minute little information session where I tell more details about the programs, what is expected of a mentor. That's step one.
Right.
Then we do a mentor application that has to be submitted, and that requires 3 references, which is a friend, a family member, and a current or former coworker. Then we do background checks, social media checks, you get fingerprinted, DMV pulls, a 2-hour interview. We do home safety checks, and then a lot of training.
So you're trying to screen out child molesters.
Yes, that's one way of putting it. And honestly, our program, the kids in our program, we focus on them, number one. So we're looking for mentors that fit their personalities. So sometimes we also screen out people, and it's not because they're bad people. It's because at that time, our program isn't a good fit for them.
Right.
It's not that there's anything wrong with them.
Yeah, maybe with a different batch of kids would be a better chance. Huh?
Exactly.
And so, say during a given month, how many these matches do you make?
COVID slowed us down for quite a while, just because of restrictions and guidelines that we had to follow through everything from insurance, and we are part of the school, the County Office of Education. But right now we have 7 incoming mentors. So that's going to be 7 kids that are matched in our program, hopefully in the next couple months.
And how many kids do you have available for mentoring?
So right now on our wait list, we have 10 youth. But we are constantly getting new youth recommended to our programs because we serve any youth within Calaveras County.
I see. So we have a shortfall needing 3 more mentors?
Oh, we need a lot more mentors than that because we need group mentors and one-on-one mentors. And as I said, we're constantly getting new youth in. And if we don't have a kid on our wait list in your area, we will find one for you. We have lots of contacts.
You can't force a kid to take a mentor, I suppose.
No, they're a volunteer as much as our mentors are.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can you think of some success stories that kids have had through the program?
Ooh, where to start? We have a lot of them. Okay, I have one youth in our mentoring program right now who, they were recommended because they were pretty quiet, just had some cultural differences. This youth has been matched with their mentor for over 5 years. In the last year has now made honor roll for the 2nd year in a row, is involved in a whole bunch of sports in school and extracurricular activities. They're just flourishing. And seeing the friendship with their mentor has been amazing too. And the youth even admits that's a big part of why they're succeeding so much.
One of the things that's important nowadays is a sense of ethics. Mm-hmm. And right and wrong. And sometimes the schools, well, quite often the schools don't even touch on that. Mm-hmm. But it's important, in my opinion, that young people learn these skills of how to deal with people and respect their rights, mm-hmm. and to know what those rights are.
Exactly.
And now, is that concept in the program somewhere?
It is. So I want to point out that our mentors, while they're safe adults that we've screened in, youth that are recommended to our program, it doesn't necessarily mean that there's something wrong at home or anything like that. Sometimes youth just hear what their parents are saying, but they don't necessarily listen. I know I've had that problem growing up. And so just having another adult friend in their life that might even say the same exact thing as their family, it sometimes drives home a little bit more. And so having that example in their life, that steady example, helps with the ethics and, what kind of learning that right and wrong in a natural setting.
Are there any books or videos or anything like that as instructional aids?
So we don't have a specific curriculum that we follow, if that's what you're asking. But we do a lot of different mentor trainings. So we do a lot of trauma-informed care, like nurtured heart approach, for example. And
did you say nurtured heart?
Nurtured heart approach. It's a type of training where it's positive reinforcement, and just encouraging youth with acknowledging when they do well.
Oh.
So.
Well, that's a good way to learn.
Yeah.
So you don't actually have videotapes or literature that talks about basic ethics and right and wrong and things like that, but you have a sense of those things, mm-hmm. and the mentor communicates with the child. So that at the end of the session, the child is more aware of how to react with the community and other people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and one requirement that we have in our program for all attendees is they have to complete a community service project together. Oh. And so we've had some very creative projects that are done, everything from helping make dollhouse furniture for one of the local libraries, to helping with murals at local parks, to Lasagna Love, helping, make a meal and deliver it to someone. So I think that also is a way that we kind of encourage that.
That could be
ethics.
that could be a videotape cooking show.
Mm-hmm.
The so to become a mentor, what are some of the things that you look for?
That's a really difficult question because a lot of times it's based on a specific youth in mind is where we kind of start. But things that we look for is someone who is consistent. So when they say they're going to be somewhere, they are there, because consistency is really important with our youth.
Right.
Also, honesty, integrity.
Motivation.
And we love when our mentors are involved in our community in a lot of ways, because that can also open a lot of doors for our youth that they might not have an opportunity to step through any other way.
That could be true for a lot of people,
Mm-hmm.
Not just mentors, but anybody that wants to grow in the business community, or to produce things, or to provide services, even entertainment. Well, that's interesting. So the way to become a mentor, of course, the first step is to go to your website, calaverasmentoring.org, and then from there, you'll have directions on what they would be the next step for them.
Yep. So right at the top of the website usually I do 3 months at a time posted there for when info sessions are available. As I said, we do them once a month. And it's a 30 to 60 minute little in-depth dive into our programs of what the requirements are, who are the kids that we serve, and the long process of how you become a mentor. But attending an info session is a requirement as the first step for becoming a mentor.
That's very interesting. I wonder, well, you probably wouldn't videotape that because you'd be videotape people that maybe haven't given permission to be videotaped.
Right.
So it has to be, not recorded.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how can the community overall support these programs?
First off, spread the word about us. I mean, we have been around for 20 years, but as I said, we serve all of Calaveras County. And, like right now, we don't currently have any youth in West Point, for example. And we would love to be able to have mentors and mentees in that area. So even wherever you live, just spreading the word about, hey, have you heard about the Calaveras mentoring programs? Another way is to become a mentor. If you don't feel like you have the time to become a mentor, you can volunteer for different events. You can become a part of our Calaveras Mentoring Foundation if you'd like to help with fundraising events. You can donate. Also, I haven't mentioned this yet, but we also have a program called the Mentor Awards Partners. And this is for local businesses as a thank you to our mentors for volunteering their time. A lot of local businesses give discounts. And some of these discounts, a mentee has to be present. And sometimes it can be for whenever the mentor does business at that place. So, for example, in Murphy's, we have like the Spice Tin or Marsolio's Olive Oil Company. And so there's been times where matches will go in there together and get ingredients to go cook something. Or a mentor will just go in there to go shop. And both of those businesses had said, hey, thank you for your time as a volunteer for supporting the youth in our county. Have a little discount on us.
What sort of discounts are involved?
It's different percentages off of their bill, or at like some local restaurants, they'll do like buy a meal, get one free.
Yeah.
For example, Joe Ma's Ice Cream. If a mentor brings their mentee, it's buy one, get one free.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, going back, some of the people that could get involved are not necessarily adult mentors or youth.
Right.
Now, how would youth get involved?
So our if they're in 1st through 12th grade, they get recommended to our program. So their family just has to give us a call, and we'll work with them to get a recommendation agent and walk them through the whole process. It's a pretty simple process. And then for our young adults who are interested, all they have to do is either go onto our website, calaverasmentoring.org, and under Programs, Adventures in Mentoring, there's a application to apply right there. As soon as we get one of those applications in, we will reach out and contact them, set up a little meeting. Usually we meet at Starbucks and get some coffee together, and do a little interview to see what they want to learn about, what hobbies they have, so that way we kind of have some better ideas of maybe adventures that we could go on with our group. And just kind of get to know them a little bit.
Do you ever, do these groups ever go to morning caverns?
It is on our list to do. And we also have a plan right now to go to Yosemite, because we have a lot of kids that have never been there before.
Oh, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
The founder of the Morning Caverns, his name is Steve Fairchild.
Mm-hmm.
He was our vice president of the Taxpayer Association.
Oh, okay.
And he's no longer with us.
Mm-hmm.
But he's probably watching what we're doing.
Yeah. Well, we have a lot of interest in going there too, so it's definitely on our list.
Okay, so now the funny, what's your total budget for the year?
Good question.
Or roughly?
Okay, roughly, I think it's about $130,000. And that is for 2 staff and running all our programs. So usually every meeting that we have in person with our youth and young adults, we provide dinner. Same for our mentor trainings. If we have kids that need certain items, we help provide those within reason, just because, again, we're all mostly donations. So it's a lot of shared meals together. A lot of staff support, that also includes like our fingerprinting in of our mentors, the screening, all the safety checks and everything. So it seems like a big budget, but it covers a lot.
Well, 130,000 could be the salary of just one person.
True. It's not though.
But now how many how big is your staff?
We have 1.5 staff people.
Okay, now the 1.5 staff people are actually paid.
Yes.
Okay, how many voluntary staff do you have?
So we don't have any voluntary staff, but we have our volunteer mentors.
Okay.
And so those are the ones that, donate all their time to support our youth. And currently we have about 25 mentors.
Okay. So, if you had more money come in,
Mm-hmm.
what would you spend it on?
And there was no limitations, probably gas cards for our young adults.
Gas cards?
Gas cards. Transportation is a big challenge. Whether our youth, especially our young adults, either don't have cars yet, or, just they're further out in the county and where we kind of move where we do our events and activities. But,
Right.
Sometimes it would be a little easier for them if they had those opportunities to get gas cards, or even to be able to catch a ride with someone else. Another thing that would be amazing is a bigger trip. Like, for example, I mentioned we were thinking about going to Yosemite,
Yeah.
but renting a charter bus to get there, it costs $3,500. And that's not something that's in our program budget. So, those are kind of our dreams that we have.
I see. How many of those trips per year would you target or try to reach?
So between both programs, between our CYMP and our AIM program, we do about an adventure or an event a month.
Okay.
And so we do like a big holiday party. We do a big day at the lake event in the summertime. We are going to Joe Ma's. We're doing an ice cream factory tour next month with our CYMP program. So it's, we kind of vary the size of our events to help with our budget. But doing big events is kind of a treat that we get to do every now and then.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. Now, the gas cards can, I was wondering if gas cards can be donated.
I believe so. I mean, I would probably have to.
I mean, I know what a
Right.
credit card is, but
Right.
there probably is some limit on that card.
Right, and I wouldn't ask for more than like $10 gift cards, because that would cover the cost for the event. But you know, some of our funds that we receive, especially through grants, we're limited on how we can spend the funds. And so like we can't just go out and purchase gas cards unless it's with a certain portion of our funds that we receive.
So the cards can be treated like a debit card?
Yep. So if it's like a Chevron card, for example, they can just go to Chevron and fill up there and just put it in the machine, and it will give them $10 of gas.
Okay. I wonder if debit cards can be used that might be helpful, where something besides gas could be purchased, maybe
Yeah.
food or something else. I don't know.
So we're kind of limited on getting like the blank Visa cards, just because those can be used for non-program allowed items. And so we usually, if we do a gift card,
You know, like buy beer?
Exactly. So when we do get gift cards, like they are specific. So we'll get like a Subway gift card or a gas gift card or a Save Mart card even. That is usually very rare that we do that. But it's usually for like Christmas time, we do events where we'll get gift card donations and we play games, and then the kids can like win some of the gift card prizes. And
What kind of games?
oh, okay. So this year we did like a scavenger hunt that they had to do around the building. And in past, what they've done is they do the saran wrap ball. So you take saran wrap and then put like a whole bunch of items in it, and you give them oven mitts and a timer, and they have to try and un-saran wrap the layers in order to get stuff.
That must be hilarious.
It's pretty entertaining.
Well, this has been a very interesting show, and perhaps this videotape could be used for years to come as
I
a
appreciate that.
promotional thing for your group. Thank you so much for being our guest,
Yeah, thank you.
and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching Taxpayer Alert.